YouTube, what it do is your boy Benji. We back with the crew. If you're new, please don't forget to subscribe. Omizi's back with some facts. Celebrity worship is officially out of control, and I agree. I think that we've gotten to a point where we've become too parasocial. We're too interested in these people. I think there's a point where support is legitimate, and then there's a point where support is you're doing too much. But we're gonna check it out, man. Oh my gosh, my fault, y'all. Hold on.
Dancing, the mother of my kids, and being very, very weird. And this is exactly what I wanted to protect them from all along. This whole time, y'all been, trying to dig into like part of my life that y'all was never invited in, like from jump.
Y'all won. Y'all happy now? Are we satisfied with the outcome? Over the past couple of days, one of the biggest stories on the internet has been Duke Dennis, his baby mamas, his kids, and all I could think to myself is, man, this is a strange conversation. Not that Duke is necessarily hiding the kids or that the baby mamas are outing him for being some sort of whatever the case may be, but it's this constant obsession with people, these celebrities, their lifestyles, and things that they don't put on camera. I believe we've come into an age and era in which they put a lot of stuff on camera, but it seems as if no matter how much they put on camera, it never satiates the appetite of the hungry audience. And so just as I was about to record a video on Duke and this whole baby mama drama, this video dropped, and it kind of validates everything that I was going to say about the reasons why it doesn't make sense for people to want this, desire this, and this is the most peak level parasocial conversation I have ever been a part of. It's okay for him to leave this stuff off the internet. Why? Because of situations just like this.
But now that like it's affecting like they well-being, and like they getting like threats and like being called names, and that was my like main priority from jump. Just I never wanted them in this whole light because I live on the internet every single day. This is where I am. This is where I live at, and I'm well aware on how like the internet and how nasty the internet is. So I always wanted to keep everybody involved away from that. But now, y'all proved me right once again.
And I feel the same way, Duke. And it's crazy that we're here, but we got to figure out how we even got here in the first place.
And honestly, since I'm talking, Duke, frick you. Now I'm on you now. I was going to spare you. I'm not sparing you no more. I was pregnant.
Crazy word talking about something I'm just gonna spare you, but now I'm sparing you. This woman got on the internet unsolicited and started attacking this dude character and decided to reveal something about, I guess, the lack of moral integrity that he had whilst outing herself. I just cannot understand why these people feel like there's such a need to jump on the trending train and out themselves as a sicko whilst trying to, I guess, trend online. Apparently there's a big trend where a lot of people are talking about Duke Dennis' kids, and a lot of women are coming out of the woodworks in order to reveal that they have a kid with Duke Dennis. And again, this is something that we'll never be able to validate whether it's true or not, because plenty of people get on the internet and cap. We won't be able to do anything other than see a picture of them with a kid, and nowadays you can't even tell whether that's true or not because people use Photoshop and AI. Now let's just say this dude has plenty of kids. I mean, might that be a little bit of a surprise? Sure, to many people, because I mean, I guess you wouldn't assume that this dude does. But again, we don't know these people. We only see snippets and clips of their life or what they want to perceive as their life.
In December, y'all. And the only thing that went home was that baby. He didn't give me a single dollar. Cool, great. I got it. I ain't tripping about it, but it's yours. It was yours. Told me to keep my baby. And I promise you, after this, I wish you would get on here and tell me that you didn't tell me to keep my baby. Would not pay for it. And every time I text him for something else, instant response. But when I asked you for that money, or when I bring up the abortion, no response.
Duke Dennis over the past couple of days.
Wait. So she went to go boot the child after he told her to keep it, and she's upset that he didn't look out for her, I guess, and pay for the boot.
Has been hit time and time again with allegations that he has multiple kids, multiple baby mamas, that he's not taking accountability for them, he's not feeding them, he's not providing them any clothes or any money, and all sorts of allegations that are ultimately detrimental to his character. Now, the thing about the internet is it takes on the old phrase, a lie can go around the world twice before the truth even gets its pants on to a whole.
And I have never heard this phrase, but that's what I'm saying. Anybody can get online and just start lying. And we won't be able to determine whether or not this is true unless they really went down a rabbit hole in order to, I guess, pull out DNA tests or something like that. Like, how would he even know this is true? And then let's say he does have these children. Then again, how are we supposed to know whether this dude is actually in their lives or not?
Another extent. There were so many different stories and details about how many kids he had, who was his baby mama, what does this mean when he's pictured with some woman. It started to get ridiculous to the point where Duke Dennis had to come out and have a conversation about it and express his sentiments about any sorts of rumors or allegations of the sorts.
I do not have 8 kids. which is no offense to anybody who do. I've been actually watching y'all take that and run with it and post about it and post it in like bold print as if you know for a fact that's the case when it's not the case. I done told y'all that like it's certain parts of my life that I just don't want to share with y'all. Alright, I'm never ever going to post my family. Alright, that includes everybody except for my brother probably. My brother is the only person in my family that I will post. Anybody else, I'm not posting them. So I'm sorry if you feel obligated or entitled to like be a part of my life in that way.
Right.
I've been decided a long time ago that I would never like post my family in that way.
And I don't blame him at all because like we've discussed in these other celebrity worship videos, it's a lose-lose type of situation. And we'll discuss it a little bit in a second, but the way that the audience feels like they are obligated to a content creator's personal life, I mean the real deal details about their personal life is honestly impressively insane. And because this is the internet thing of the week or the day, that then opens up Pandora's box for, you know, a plethora of women to just start putting allegations after allegations after allegations on Duke Dennis, you know, saying that he has all these multiple kids and stepping forward and saying that they are a part of his collective of women. Like, I think that's just a strange
crazy.
That your baby's father isn't Duke Dennis, but participating in this conversation because you gain something from it.
Duke Dennis, okay, boom. Now you crush your hand, boom, boom, boom. Things led to boom, boom, boom. I got pregnant. He didn't want to be involved. He didn't want to do with it.
How many kids do I have? I have one.
I ain't stick.
And his name is Dallas, and he's 2. A lot of y'all don't know my situation, but like my child's father is not involved at all. It started exploding online with me, and it started saying speaking on it, NDA signed or stuff like that, and it's like in no way, shape, or form is that the case. In my life, like I'm not gonna spend my time like tracking no man down, trying to force them to be a father, trying to go to the internet to force them to step up.
This is his baby. What? Is you trying to be messy again?
Yes, people keep asking me, am I one of Duke Dennis' baby mamas? Yes, I am. I want to be known for me, being me, but not having a kid with Duke Dennis. Like,
why did you even make a video like this? This is crazy. Let's say you tell him the truth. Why did you want to come out and be known for you and not be known as one of his baby mamas? But yet you still made the video. You literally nobody had to know this. You did not have to make a video claiming to be anybody's baby mama. You didn't have to do that.
that's just crazy work. You know what I mean? Like, I put in a lot of work for my fucking followers, you feel me? So now I'm gonna be noticed, oh, that's Duke Dennis' baby mama. That's Duke.
You absolutely did not have to be known as that. Did anyone legitimately hit her up and ask her? You could literally have to continue about your day. Like, there's some strange thing that goes on. Like, I think from one end of the things where the supporters or fans are trying to do all the deep dives and prying and investigating into somebody's personal life and want to see more and more and more and more and more of the person's life and feel like they have to weigh in on every decision and try to control exactly what decisions you're making as the content creator. And there's a strange relationship that the content creator feels like they have to divulge every little secret, intimate portion of their life to their fans or supporters. You don't got to.
Dennis' baby mama.
Is that not some sort of mental illness? Now,
It
somebody's
gotta be.
lying, and I'm not in the household, so I don't know. But just imagine if these young women are lying and saying that they are Duke Dennis' baby's mother, just for some sort of clicks, clout, and attention.
Crazy.
Is this not celebrity worship gone out of control? How is this not insane? And this leads to one of Duke Dennis' points in his video where he's talking about why he decided to keep his family offline, is because as a whole, the internet is just weird about these things. They can be totally messy, they can be totally crazy about them, and they can honestly step way over the lines, and that's some stuff that we just do not talk about.
Y'all prove me right once again. You feel me? So please stop that, okay? That shit is mentally draining for a lot of people, bro. I don't think y'all understand like the toll it take. You know what I'm saying? On them every single day, especially when y'all calling them names and like doing a whole bunch of weird shit. So just respect is all I've been asking for this whole time. Respect, you know what I'm saying? Everything.
And I wish that was so simple, but as I scrolled through the timeline doing research for this video, I saw nothing but personal attacks and attacks on people's character and all these other things when it came to Duke Dennis in this situation.
Let's assume that this is legitimate, that there is 8 quote-unquote baby mamas. Why would that matter? Would that just destroy this image that you created in your head about who Duke Dennis is supposed to be? Do y'all really go to Duke Dennis' videos and are looking for him to be the Messiah or something like that? I go to Duke Dennis' videos for a little bit of comedy and entertainment value. But we've got to, like, I think the part of the problem with celebrity worship, whether or not these people come out and be good people or not, I think in some sense could be linked to some type of shock value. But why would it matter? All due respect. If this dude got 8 kids and is a deadbeat or is an upstanding father, what would it mean? Why are we looking at dude Dennis to be that person?
It's literally the opposite of respect. It's straight disrespect to a person, a person's family, a person's
And
livelihood,
privacy.
a person's situation that they ultimately do not know. I saw Duke and his family members be called out of their name left, right, and sideways. And it's honestly disgusting because I'm thinking to myself, how do we even get to a point where somebody feels comfortable enough to say that a stranger is a whore, slut, loser, all these just negative things? But the only reason why these things exist is because people feel obligated to their favorite content creators, private life, personal effects, and otherwise. And maybe it's the nature of what streaming has become and content creation has become. You know, as we vlog more, as we IRL stream more, as we post more, as we click more, people feel as if they know more about them. But it's so hard to really get comfortable with, you know, your audience or community or, you know, post such things when every time you do post, you drop in privacy levels. Like, they have people on the internet giving out think pieces, trying to dissect your mentality of your decision making, of hiding your family, protecting your family, or whatever pieces of the life that you live, keeping it off the internet. We have people that are on the internet giving out whole think pieces about who you are and essentially why you owe them a reason as to why you aren't saying these things.
There's some shit that I just keep to myself. My mom.
Okay, I feel like he thinks that his aura is gonna go down if he has a baby mama, and so I just want to know what the heck his reasoning is for not claiming his daughter though. Is it because he wants to be hoeing? Is it because like what is it?
Because this dude has, I mean, over 5 million followers and has gotten to the point of at least having some type of celebrity status. He's gotten shout outs and rap songs and all this other stuff to the point where y'all actually feel like it's important for him to divulge all this information about what's going on in his personal life. I understand that it may feel like something that that's really all it is, bro. It's really just something like people feel like they should be entitled to this information because they're supporting him / following him. A lot of y'all are not truly supporters either. A lot of people just following and they get excited about the tea. Why? What reason does he need to tell y'all about his children? What reason does he need to tell y'all about his relationship? Why? And I think that's what it is. A lot of people have a strange connection with what is supposed to be divulged online and not. A lot of people feel like they got to get in a relationship and it's important for them to post their significant other online. Why? For the approval of others? You even got to post yourself for real.
You don't understand the concept that he wants to be not. He doesn't want none of his actual real life personal business to be on the internet.
No, I get that. I'm just saying I want to know why he doesn't want it on the internet.
Even as somebody is sitting there saying, yo, he just wants his privacy, he doesn't want all this.
Yeah, that's crazy.
You still have people saying, yo, I want to know why. This young woman is actively saying, no, I need to know why. I want to know why.
Yeah.
I have an obligation to know why this stuff about Duke Dennis. And my question is, why? I think creating parasocial relationships is an inherent evil of, you know, content creation in today's age. In order to stay relevant, you have to post. And in order to continue to stay relevant and continue to stay in people's minds, you have to post more and more and more. Part of building an active and loyal community is by making yourself as relatable as possible. And that may mean, you know, playing into some of these narratives and tropes and, you know, relatable things that people have that are a part of your viewing audience. That does build a sort of mental bond between viewer and content creator that I believe is very much unhealthy. But
Bruh, I don't know if a lot of y'all seen that show Swarm. That's like, I think, a perfect example of that. I think that is based on like a true story where there was a crazy Beyonce fan. But at the end of the day, there's people that are really watching you, like really developing true feelings, emotions, and care immensely about every little thing that you're doing, and feel like they are like connected to you, like he said, like an Avatar video or something like that. It's crazy work. You gotta be careful.
To the point where they're willing to put themselves in harm's way to get off a joke because they think that they share the same relationship and bond with you as other content creators do.
Yeah, that's facts. We saw the dude that got jumped by DDG's brother going online feeling like he was in the right. It was so confused and baffled as to why that would be a strange thing to do. Brother, you do not know this man. You going up to somebody random that you do not know and you calling them names. Whether we feel like DDG and his people are supposed to be held to a higher standard because they're quote unquote famous, it's irrelevant. Why would you feel like it's important for you to go to somebody you do not know and call them names? That's crazy work.
To them. That's literally what happened in the DDG situation from the other day at DreamCon when the young man came out and talked about why he would be suing DDG and why he didn't think that this would happen to him. Is because he literally said, well, I thought this was a joke.
He said it's a skit. Like, is that true?
Man, that ain't no skit. I got banned from the event. I can't go back now, and I'm not sure if I can go back next year, which I hope I can.
And it's your own fault.
I'm coming over here trying to have fun with my people. And I'm not sure if he got banned from the event, which I assume he did, because those were his people. But I gotta let you know now. I gotta take legal action against. I gotta take legal action against him or his brother, somebody out here. That's unacceptable.
Why did you call him doo-doo garbage? Like, why'd you say that?
I thought it was all jokes. I never seen DG react like that in the past.
Twin talking about some I never seen him act. Bro, you do not know this dude. Talking about some I never seen him act. You never see him do anything. You don't know him.
Never seen him tell anybody go do something to anybody else. So I'm thinking it's all good.
Yeah, that's you developing some sort of imaginary connection. A man that you don't know. Let me remind you that you just don't know. Do I think this will change anything about how people view Duke Dennis? Probably not. If you continue to make judgment calls about something that you don't know, even if he ultimately had to reveal the fact that he did have a baby mamas, or whatever the case may be, and you still continue to judge him and ridicule him, this is the negative side of the celebrity worship that I'm talking about. Only reason why you're doing this is because you pedestalized him in the first place, and now you want to knock him down because this is how worshiping goes. What I do know will remain is these weirdos and their commentary and conversation online forever. Like this one young lady who ended up doing some digging, and I mean digging, to find these things about this young woman, the person he was at the baby shower with, and started posting these photos online. It amazes me what lengths people go to find these people's families and honestly put them into potential harm's way.
Yeah, facts.
We know that these things can escalate to a further level. Look, I've said it once and I'll say it again. The celebrity worship epidemic has to stop. It's only getting worse. And
somebody said this is peak unemployed activity. That's funny. He was chilling. Found out he has a child or children. I'm still chilling. People be too invested sometimes. Yeah, it doesn't really matter. If you're being real, none of these streamers would be big without the parasocial relationship. How else do you justify just giving money to random people you don't personally know? Yeah. But I think in some sense, I think we do that in every other metrics, like in life. I mean, come on now. I mean, you live in America, bro. You walk into McDonald's, you offer them your income, or you offer them money in exchange for services or goods. We do that in every other metric. The entertainment industry is no different. You're offering them money in exchange for this good, which is entertainment. These people sit back and watch people for hours and hours and hours on end. You should be able to support their what they're providing you at least.
A hurry. Or the other.
To be honest, celebrity worship has always been weird. Having 4+ kids each from different mothers is crazy. Not gonna lie, it is crazy. He's a blue eye, see, that's crazy. It is not common to have 4+ kids with other women. Yes, everyone is wrong. Should these women come out and come to the internet about what's going on in their personal life? Yes, they're wrong. I don't know what I mean. Should Duke Dennis be out here allegedly having multiple baby mamas and multiple children? That's kind of wrong. Should the internet be deep diving into whether or not this is true or who these people are? That's wrong. Crazy work. Y'all let me know what y'all think about it in the comments below. Crew, stay tuned to the next video.